Hi, let us explore the power of Stream Connect for Apache Kafka by ingesting over 1,000 messages of configuration item data from an external source into ServiceNow. Let's start with configuring the data source. So you provide the configuration of your data source here, primarily following the structure of the JSON file, which would be ingested by your ServiceNow system coming from the Kafka stream. So the configuration item structure would be something like this. After that, we would then configure the integration hub ETL. Well, I'm not going to provide all of the different steps on how this is configured. Here are the different steps here in a guided setup for you to configure this ETL or extract, transform, and load capability within ServiceNow. Now, remember, what we're doing here is we're getting thousands of messages, transform them, and then save them into a ServiceNow table. And we'll do that within just minutes. Now, what I'll do then next is I'll go to Stream Connect where I could see all of the different statistics, and I'll also configure my robust transform engine, which would then get the data from those external sources into ServiceNow. So what I'll do then next is I'll create or I'll go to my external system, which would get all of these information. So this is our external system. This is a Linux instance, which will send all of those messages, those 1,000+ messages into ServiceNow. So what I'll do is after I've connected to it, you can see here the connection parameters into my ServiceNow instance. What I'll do then next is I'll paste all of the messages here. These are 1,000 messages, which I will then send into my ServiceNow system. So imagine these are the types of messages that you will be getting from an external source that will be ingested into ServiceNow. So how does that look like? So you can see here that the messages are not processed yet. We have 16 items of Windows Server that's existing in our configuration instance or CI database. What I'll do then next is I'll just hit refresh. So what we're seeing here then is the number of systems or number of CI items that we have ingested from that external system. From here, you can see 79, 112. Let's wait a bit further, and before you know it, it will be around 1,000+ items of CI information coming from an external system, processed by Stream Connect for Apache Kafka, processed by ServiceNow, transformed, and then written into your ServiceNow instance. This is just a quick tour of the different components that you need to configure. While it's not a how-to, it shows you an idea of the different components that you need to configure, where the data should come from, and from there, trigger the messages that are coming from an external system, how ServiceNow ingests them, and then transform and writes them into your CI database or into your ServiceNow tables. And there you have it. Using Stream Connect for Apache Kafka, we're able to get information from various external sources, in this case, 1,000+ messages ingested by ServiceNow, then transformed and written into a ServiceNow table, ready to be used by your workflows, your automations, or your AI agents. Thanks for watching.